Today I'm going to be attempting the too much information tag, and here we go! So I have all of the questions on my phone and I'm going to be reading out the questions. What are you wearing? I'm wearing this singlet, I guess it's singlet, tank top, whatever you want to call it. It's green, it's from Uniqlo, and I have these bottoms from George. So you see, this is what I have on. So question number 2, ever been in love? Yes. Ever had a terrible breakup? It felt terrible right after it, but it's okay now and life goes on. How tall are you? I'm 1.74 meters tall, which is equivalent to 5 feet 7 inches and a half, maybe. How much do you weigh? I have stopped weighing myself from the time I got pregnant with my first baby, and I only got myself weighed at the doctor's clinic, so I weighed in about 76 kgs. So I would say that I range somewhere around from 75 to 80 kilos, which is equivalent to 165 to 175 pounds. Any tattoos? Not yet. Any piercings? I have one lobe piercing on each, and I remember having another one right on top, but I had it removed because right after school I joined a hospitality organization and they didn't want to have that many. It was according to their rules and regulations for staff. Quite some time back I had one piercing over here, but I wasn't feeling too good about it. OTP meaning one true pairing. I would go for Ryan Gosling's character Noah and Rachel McAdams' character Ellie from the movie Notebook. Favorite show? I would have to go with Friends because I still watch it on Warner TV. Favorite bands? Right now I don't have any favorite. Probably I would go for One Republic. Something you miss? I miss being pregnant. Favorite song? I typically listen to Jordan Sparks' One Step at a Time. It's a great pick-me-up song, so I would go with that for my favorite song. And for Tamil songs, I probably like all songs that are done by A.R. Rahman. How old are you? I am 32, and yes, I am becoming vintage. Zodiac sign? I'm a Capricorn. Quality you look for in a partner? I personally would prefer someone, I would preferably want him to be supportive and encouraging, and just someone who knows you that you can do better than what you think you can. Favorite quote? There are just too many to pick from, but I would have to go with do something today that your future self will thank you for. Favorite actor? They are just, like I said, there are just too many. Gerard Butler, Ryan Gosling, Matthew McConaughey, Senthil Ramamurthy from Heroes, of course Robert Downey Jr., Meryl Streep, Mila Kunis, Anne Hathaway. There are just too many. There's just too many of them. Favorite color? I don't have a favorite color in particular. I like all of them. Loud music or soft? With earphones, I like to hear my music loud. Background, like instrumental pieces like beach waves or instrumental piano, I would want to hear them soft. Rock anthems, definitely loud. Where do you go when you're sad? Typically, before having a baby, I would probably go for a walk or for a swim. But with my baby, if I do feel sad, I would just head down to my nearest coffee joint, enjoy a cup of latte, maybe a Monster chocolate chip cookie, and do some people watching from the window. How long does it take you to shower? Typically, I want to say it's about 15 to 20 minutes-ish. That's for a body shower, but if I'm going to have a hair wash day, probably I will take way much longer because I do want to get a lot more done when I'm getting my hair washed also. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? Now I get ready in installments. Typically I brush my teeth and then I feed my little girl her morning feed, and then we proceed to the hall where I prepare breakfast, and then while I'm preparing her shower or her bath time, then I wash my face, and then right after feeding her breakfast oats, then I proceed to run a comb through my hair, and then I decide whether I want to wear makeup for that day. So it's all over the place. But if I'm doing from start to finish, probably every day where I do not have anywhere to go, I want to say it takes me 10 minutes. But if it's going to be, if I'm leaving home for a wedding or some event, or we're going to hang out together, we're going to have some pictures taken and I want to look good, probably about an hour or so. Ever been in a physical fight? Yes, I was young, I wasn't thinking, I don't know what was going on in my head. I was badly bruised, but the experience was worth a very valuable life lesson. Turn on. Big ears and glasses. Men who take trouble to groom themselves well and smell good. Nice looking eyebrows. Turn off. Being cocky is not attractive. Neither is it being overly possessive. It's not going to do you any good either. The reason I joined YouTube, I wanted a flexible hobby that could fit into my spare time where I can speak and share and also learn about beauty products that are around us. Fears? Yes, I have to say that I do fear sharks, and I fear losing a loved one to the natural aging process. I don't even want to say that word, and if I do hear that I do hear of someone leaving this world, it just makes me feel very sad. Last thing that made you cry. I can't remember what was the last time I cried, but right after having my baby, I feel like I could cry very much easily, but I want to say that the last time I cried was when my friend had to leave back to Australia, and she always comes and goes, but this time around it was much harder saying goodbye to her, so it's really weird. It's a mommy thing. Last time you said you left someone was about an hour ago, just before my little girl went to sleep. Meaning behind your YouTube name. I named my channel after my little girl. Last book you read, I can't quite remember, but it must have been a inspirational or a motivational book from the National Library Board. The book you're currently reading, I'm not reading any book right now. Last show you watched was yesterday night on Star World, was How I Met Your Mother Season 8. When I actually sat down to catch the Asia's Next Top Model, but it wasn't being aired at all, so I wasn't sure what was going on with that. Last person you talked to was my husband. The relationship between you and the person you last texted was also my husband, and we're married. Favorite food? I have so many, but on top of my head I would have to say cake. I love cake, I love cakes. Place you want to visit? I want to visit the Eiffel Tower someday, so yes, it's Paris. Last place you were? Just before filming, I went to my study room to get the tripod. Do you have a crush? Yes, you should totally follow me on Instagram if you want to find out. Last time you kissed someone was also about an hour ago. Last time you were insulted, I don't quite remember when was the last. Favorite flavor of sweets? I don't like sweets. What instruments do you play? Keyboard and recorder when I was in primary school. Favorite piece of jewelry? I actually do have a favorite piece of jewelry. It's a statement piece that looks like this, and I got mine from Diva. It is really beautiful. I really like this, and it's a great conversation starter. What do you call that? Icebreaker? Is that what you call it? Yeah, that's my favorite piece of jewelry, and I did see the last when I went to Lovisa, they are also carrying this same piece as well. Last sport you played? Netball in secondary school. Last song you sang? Today it's a Monday morning and just about 12 something, there was massive heavy rain. The first song that came up to my mind was a A.R. Rahman song from his first movie, Roja, which is probably you want to hear me sing, but I'm not sure if I could do it. புது வெள்ளை மழை இங்கு பொழிகின்றது இந்த கொல்லை நிலா உடல் நனைகின்றது. I don't know what comes next, the lyrics wise. So that was the last song I sang. Favorite shut up line? I don't have any, but I did see Candy Johnson's TMI Tag, and what she said really stuck in my head and I couldn't stop laughing, so I'm going to repeat after her, which is, are you Google? Because you're everything that I'm looking for. Have you ever used it? No. Last time you hung out with anyone has to be last Thursday. I hung out with my former working colleague, Noraisha. Who should answer these questions next? You! I tag everyone who's watching this video, and just let me know in the comment section down below if you have attempted the TMI tag, and I'll be sure to check your channel out. I also want to include a special shout out at the end of my video, which is to thank Suviti Kurana, Kiki Hernandez and Diamond in Rouge for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much guys, and keep those support coming in. Show me some love and hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye!